Hello, this is a message to Valve regarding the Dota 2 community. As you know, Dota 2 is a game of teamwork, and the use of communication is key to playing this game. The community for US servers is in turmoil. It is so bad that the Dota community is regarded as one of the most hostile gaming environments to date. A large part of the hostility comes from the inability to communicate properly with teammates. When we queue for a game on a USE server, the game requires you to have a language preference. The English-speaking community feels that this is some kind of joke. You allow anyone to select English as their primary language, even if their current location states they are from a non-English speaking country. When an English-speaking player queues for a game, they expect to be placed with players that speak the same language fluently, not bits and pieces. The goal of this message is not to be racist in any way, shape, or form. It's to bring to light the problems that arise from this lack of judgment on the matchmaking end of things. This message is meant as a means to find a common ground where we can begin to fix the current state of the servers. Here are some of the issues that the current matchmaking has brought: racism, inability to communicate, destructive attitudes that result in players giving up games before they even start, and steering new players from even playing the game. The main problem is racism. In America, we as a country have gone to great means to eliminate racism. Because there has been nothing done on your end, the developer, racism is on the rise in the community. We have tried to reach out in many ways, specifically the forums. With regard to the forums, you choose to ignore complaints, suggestions, and constructive arguments on how to fix the issue. The forum moderators are actually told to remove and lock all threads posted about server reform. Even in the forum rules, the mere mention of server reform is punishable. Personally, I've tried to use the forums as a way to communicate the issue and was immediately punished for doing so. This has led me to believe that this is not the way to communicate a resolution. This is just the first step. When you launched the ranked matchmaking system, the community was very excited. However, we cannot have a ranked system when games are deemed unplayable because we can't communicate with teammates. This leaves the ranked system to be null and void. You, the developer, receive daily reports from players in games that are upset because they are playing with someone who is rude, racist, and downright nasty. If you stop to actually listen and develop a solution rather than just punishing players endlessly like you have done for the past 4 years, we would be in a better place by now. So now I've come to the solution. This is an attempt at creating a better system for everyone. We all know the system asks for a language preference. Anyone can say they prefer English, so this is not enough. None of the players want to remove international players from playing on USE servers. That's just ignorant. It's been known that South American players have immense connection issues with the servers located in their homeland. For some reason, they receive a better connection to US East. By all means, it makes complete sense why they join our servers. So how do we make this adjustment to better everyone? The answer is simple. We already know Steam recognizes which country of origin the computer comes from. For example, almost every game I personally play in, I have at least one or more players originating from a country in South America. This is evident when I check their Steam profile and it confirms our location. Instead of just randomly grouping players in matchmaking, we need to look at where their ISP is located. The system has to be able to group players accordingly. Within the matchmaking, if players queued are from a South American country, they need to be on the same team. There's a reasonable assumption that they will speak a more common language. Here in the US, the primary language is English. By grouping players from US, you will find a common language to be utilized. I'm not suggesting that every game should be US versus South America. I'm suggesting that you should keep the country of origin specific to team making. If we ban these players from joining our servers altogether, it will benefit no one. Server queue times would be too long. With regards to South Americans, I wouldn't want to play on a server that has a bad connection, and if the option to join a better server exists, I would like to have that, so we shouldn't take that away from them. What I ask for is simple. Vote server reform. If we can make these changes, the community will be better off overall. Actual player reports would make more sense upon submission and review. The elimination of racism would result, and the community would be at rest. We don't pay to play this game, but we do pay because we love this game and want to see it grow. This is a step in the game's growth, and it needs to be done if it wishes to continue. With the international approaching quickly, we don't want to begin this request with threats and thoughts of boycotts. We want nothing but to see this game flourish just as it has over the 10+ years of Dota's existence. Ever since Dota was developed back in Warcraft 3, it was a problem then, but now that Dota 2 operates on its own servers, we now have the ability to do something about it. Follow the links in the description below to vote for server reform. Thank you, and please vote server reform.